Yeah, somebody out there likes them some Tracy.
And why
Am I?
wouldn't they?
A
And why?
lot of people
And
out
why?
there like them
And
some Tracy.
why wouldn't they?
Exactly.
Am I the a hole? Heads up, we got two of these. One that's the real am I the a hole. The other one is just funny. Speaking of what I was saying about Tracy and me thinking she had purple hair, and I really admire people who, when they go through a situation and it is what it is, um, they're gonna make the best of it. They're gonna put it on Front Street, either you like it or not. I don't care. I'm living my best life. So this situation right here, and Anna,
Hmm.
I'll put this in your corner. Not the worst person of the year, but right now, as of right now, I got him a good third place.
Hmm.
Oh
I'm a
boy.
25-year-old man, and my girlfriend, who's 24, had a double mastectomy 5 years ago. She had breast cancer and thankfully made a full recovery. Unlike a lot of women, she didn't have any reconstructive surgery. This was before I met her. I'm a big anime nerd, and last weekend I invited her to a small anime con with me. She's seen a few episodes of my favorite shows, but she's not into anime. She does like cosplay though, and she works seasonally as a special effects artist at a haunted house near us. So when I asked her to go to the con with me, she asked if she could cosplay, and I said sure. She got very excited and said that I was going to love her costume. So I'll admit, I thought that she was going to do something sexy for me. Well, not exactly. The day of the convention comes, and she showed up at my house cosplaying Dabi from My Hero Academia, specifically a look that he has later in the manga. It's a long white coat over white pants with no shirt. Her entire chest was exposed, and she'd obviously spent hours applying burn makeup. She has short hair that she dyes constantly. This time, she bleached it white and dyed a few red streaks. I wasn't expecting her to show up without a shirt. Her burn scar makeup only covered half her chest, so you could clearly see her mastectomy scar. It wasn't a very attractive costume, especially since she'd gone all out with the scars and made them look raised and kind of realistic. We went to the convention, and while a lot of people came up to take photos with her, I noticed several others looking at her chest. That evening, she said that I'd been quiet all day, and I honestly told her that I was a little embarrassed that she was flaunting her mastectomy scar like that. She got mad at me and said that she was making the best of her situation and said that I was being insensitive, and she's been distant ever since. I'm starting to feel guilty. Am I the bad guy?
Yes. Yes. Yes, you are. You. Ooh. I went to
It's
church event
complicated.
today. How he gonna sit there?
Here's why I say
She.
it's complicated. First of all, this was her life story, and she found a way to be at ease with her own
Yes.
body and her own self. And she probably assumes since you're her man, you are too. And so she did this thing. She's not even really into this stuff, but for you, she's got a little interested. She went all out. She found a way to incorporate the whole thing and show off her positive self image and do this character thing and be in public with it. Like you felt uncomfortable with her in public like that, but she didn't feel uncomfortable in public like that. So it's complicated from the standpoint of I can get it. I really can. Because that'd be like if my wife, wanted to walk around with her breast is out, right? They're hers, right? But I'm gonna feel all kind of some way, and I'm like, nah, you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Is she
So
gonna say
it's
yes? I am.
complicated. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's complicated,
Yes.
right? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if he had that much of an issue, he owed it to her to voice it
To speak up.
before they left, even though she didn't
Mm-hmm.
give him a lot of time to do that because she just showed up ready to go. But that still would have been the time. But
Yeah.
he didn't know how to do that without hurting her feelings. So he tries to gut it out. He thinks he'll be okay. He goes to this thing. I think we've all been in situations where you think you're going to be okay, but you're really not okay. And
Yep.
so it's like, I can't fault him for how he feels. And I really applaud her for how she conducts herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two just kind of clash. I think it's a fair thing. And he was honest with her. He said what his concern was. It hurt her feelings. So what? Sometimes you hurt each other's feelings. It's part of a relationship. She now knows that about him. He knows a little bit more about her. That's how you grow in a relationship. And after she's done being distant, they'll be fine and they'll keep rocking. So that's why I say it's complicated. I don't think he's an asshole. I think it was just
Mm-hmm.
you could have done better,
Mm-hmm.
but you were being true to yourself.
I want
So
to. Yeah, I totally disagree. I really do. C- Was he the one going under the chemotherapy treatments? Was he the one going
that's
under
not the
the?
point.
Well, man, I'm gonna get to my point.
He,
Um,
Um, was he the one going under the double mastectomy and he had scars? So she didn't choose to go through reconstructive surgery. And your problem with her is what? We need to, as a society, male and female, need to stop judging people about how they look. Just stop it. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. We all do it. We all got eyes. We all gonna judge. I'm saying what we should do, not what we do. Well, what we do. What
we
y'all
all
know what
do
I'm
do.
trying to say. Yeah, we all do.
yeah.
But what
I
I'm
We
hope.
saying
try to
is,
do the do.
this just sounds so insane. I'm like, you haven't been through what she's been through. First of all, she's 24. You know how rare it is for a 24-year-old to have breast cancer? Breast cancer.
And catch it in time.
And
Uh,
yeah,
mm,
and I mean, and that was what, 5 years ago. So that means she was what, 19? 19
Yeah.
years old and she has cancer. And he's going to say he feels uncomfortable? Boy, if you don't sit your ungrateful, trifling self
Is he
down
not allowed
somewhere,
to have feelings
he
though?
he's
has
a.
a lot to
Mm-mm.
sit down and talk about with himself,
He
for
sure does.
himself. Oh, yes, he
I
does.
felt uncomfortable. Did you feel Nah,
But
nah.
I
No,
cannot
Nope.
fault
because
a
it's
man
not
for
that
his
he's uncomfortable
feelings.
with her. It's not if you really hurt, and I guess I'm hearing it from a guy's point of view, so that's different. If way I'm hearing it is like I said, he definitely should have done better by this because these are
Yeah,
conversations you need to have had. But he wasn't embarrassed of her. He was embarrassed of
for
what he perceived other people looking at her like.
Or
You know what I'm
was
saying? It
for
he?
was
her.
like that's what he said. I mean, it's literally
You
like
say it.
because he's not embarrassed of her because that's his lady. They go to eat, they go do things, they do all that stuff. So he's not ashamed of her. What it was is the social thing that he's dealing
Why
with
did
that he
he
needs
have
to
such
come.
a visceral reaction?
Yeah, what
As
if they decide to
that
go swimming and she wants to wear a swimsuit, but she just wears a tank top? I mean, where is this going to stop it? How far is he going to take this?
I
Here,
don't know,
here,
and he's also 25 years old, so he needs to work through some stuff.
yeah.
But
Here's my
yeah,
argument.
yeah.
Here's my argument, and I do get what you're saying. I mean, there are times when you do need to discuss some things. There are some times when you need to sit down and have that uncomfortable. The
This
me
is
and Foxy
sloppily done.
for the longest time. Sometimes you just got to have that uncomfortable conversation, but you got to have it.
yes,
However, that being said, dude, I don't really give a rat's ass about your embarrassment.
Thank you. I really don't.
And if you saw people staring at her chest, you don't think she saw people staring at her chest? And she took the blunt of saying, hey, I know what's gonna happen. I know it's gonna come. I know people are gonna stare at it. Some people are gonna come and take pictures of me. There are gonna be people that's gonna look at me and go, ooh, gross, icky. I get it. But this is why I keep saying there are some people who I admire so much of saying it is what it is. Like
agreed.
this is me. So we're gonna have this embarrassing moment and everything else. Trust me when I say people who get embarrassed, the person who put themselves out there is gonna be a whole lot more damn embarrassed than you are ever gonna be.
Maybe.
No, it
They've
ain't
gotten
a maybe.
past
I'm
that because
gonna
she.
tell you why.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna tell
no.
you
It's
why.
not. It is a maybe because if she's gotten to the point where she has owned it, she's not embarrassed no more.
No,
She is standing in her
goes
truth.
on, as that's a time goes on situation. This is as they're telling the story now. As they're telling the story, this was the first time she went herself out there. So she, I guarantee you, was going, this is embarrassing. People are looking at me, but I'm here now. And I just got to work my way through it. I'm not calling this dude an a-hole. All I want to do is give you just a tad bit of advice if you want this to work. If you're not willing to work it out, you can ignore me, whatever. Except that this is what it is. That no, you saying that she embarrassing because she showed off her chest does not mean oops, she's gonna cover herself up all the time. Like Tracy said, she may want to go to have a two-piece going to the beach one day. Either you're gonna accept it, and I'll pull in a little bit of Tracy. Well, I'll pull in a little bit of Tracy and a little bit of Thea's. Either accept the way it is, because she's not going to change the way she is because it is the way it is, and then a little bit of this. And if you can't handle it, cool. That's fine. You do you, because you're the one who has to deal with whatever it is that's making you do it. And if it's so uncomfortable for you, get out of relationship.
I
You go find
agree.
somebody, and she can go find somebody. No animosity.
No. Hold on now. Hold on, because you're distorting my point. Because I agree with you in that you're dating. You can break up anytime you want to for any reason. I'm 100% there. But what I'm saying is, when do we allow for growth?
No,
Right?
that's why I said
We
I'm
no
not
one
calling
come.
you the
People
a-hole.
don't
This is
come to the
growth.
table fully developed, and the only alternative is, well, suck it up or quit. Sometimes you need to now be helped because you thought you were there. You thought that you were good. You thought you were well evolved, and this is my baby, and I love her, and we go out to eat and blah 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 blah. But see, you hadn't really been tested yet, dude. You out there with your woman, and she's fully clothed, and she doesn't have apparent breasts. So you think you're doing something, right? Because you love her for her and all that blah 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 blah. That the scars don't mean nothing to you, and it's true to you. That's growth. That's something special. That's something to be recognized for this young man. But at the same time, he had not been in this situation yet. So is he going to grow through this situation, or will it be a stumbling block? That's part of a relationship. Like my brother, for example, my brother, he had his leg amputated. He just started a new business. It's taking him a while to get to where he is. He just started a new business. And one of the designs that he has on one of his shirts has a gentleman on the shirt with the amputated leg. And it basically says, yes, I know it's missing. Right? That is, to me, an expression similar to what she is doing. Yes, I know they're missing. But look how cool I did this anime. I rocked this shit. Right? Now, her man, on the other hand, hadn't been in this environment, this situation yet. He thought he was ready. He was not. And instead of sitting on it and letting it fester inside of himself, he went to his woman and he said, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. I want you to know. That's growth.
Okay,
Right?
what did
That's
I
what we want people to do, isn't it? I mean, or do
Yeah,
we
but
just want people to
what
just
did I
be
say that's different
perfect?
than what you said?
What you just said was, well, hey man, you guess you just need to break up.
No, I said, dude, I just want to
I don't think
no,
anybody said break up. I don't
no,
think.
I literally said, dude, you are okay. You are at
No,
a
I did not.
crossroad. This is what it is. This is what it is. So you could take the cosplay and think of the cosplay as a two top. Think of the cosplay as a two-piece bikini. Think of the cosplay as a one-piece bikini. In other words, Do you have it in you to say
Marlon,
this is
Marlon,
what it is?
Marlon.
What?
Bikinis are not one piece.
Whatever.
He's saying no top.
No,
Bikini
he said
panties.
no. He said bikini one top. I think.
Who cares? That's not
No,
nearly my
that's what I
point.
took it as. He
Tracy,
was talking about the
enough
draws
of
and no
I
everything.
was
top.
trying to. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
My point is
Now
now
she was
you
only
know
wearing one sock. That's a little.
if you wear one sock. But the point is now you know going forward, this is how it's going to be. Can you accept it? If you
But it's
can't,
not even how it's
cool,
going to be,
cool. It's a
though. That's
growth.
my
And then
point.
I'm going with you, Thiz. It's a growth.
How often is she going to be walking out?
It's
Thank
not. And
you,
that's
like
my point.
that.
It's not. I just want to let you know that on certain
Now she
special
might. Now that
occasions,
she's done it.
She might. She
yeah,
may
that
really
was
loved
yeah,
it
that
because
was
I
a
know some people who they go right past the embarrassing to the this feels effing great. And I didn't know how good it felt to just be myself out there.
it is. It's a
Or
beautiful
when
feeling
I've
It's
too.
a
known some people when
drug.
they first get they get their new chesticles, and they go out in public and
Chesticles.
they want everybody to see them.
Wait a
Look at
minute.
these, because
Yeah,
they
Chesticles.
proud of what they got.
yes.
They
Yeah.
proud of what they got.
Okay, maybe I'm
Okay.
missing the.
And if
No,
they
I'm
explain,
obviously missing the train. I'm
Okay,
gonna just
wait a
look it up
minute.
on
Hold
Google.
on. Hold the living hell up. Hold everything up and everything in between
if
it.
We got
somebody
more
just
videos.
said,
I don't
I
We got
I
more
had
videos.
don't
breast
I you can tell
reconstruction,
me
I would say, right on, sister, you survived.
you good. Bruh, I don't need to see what's new down there. I don't need to see what's old down there. I don't need to see anything that's in between.
I didn't say testicles. I said chesticles.
Chesticles.
Oh, I thought boy,
Up,
I
up
thought
here, Marlon.
He's about as lost as I am. I'm like, oh, and then I called it. I'm like, oh, okay, got
man,
it.
I thought you
But
said
you see how squeamish you got though when it became about a dude.
Yup.
yes.
See how
Yes,
quick
you
that happened.
did.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
you
happened kind of
did.
quick. Kind of went quick,
I don't
didn't
want
it?
nobody. Baller. Call me
I
to the
got something to
bathroom.
show you.
For what? What we going to the bathroom from, bro? What for
Yeah,
what? What
I
we
got
No, I
doing?
ain't
something I
gonna
want
go
to
to the
show you.
bathroom. We're gonna whip them out right here.
No,
No,
yeah.
don't. Yeah,
You can
you
whip
ain't
it
gonna
out
Look,
all
do
even
you
when I
want
do
to.
this and make music.
Oh my god.
This is why I was brought to a nudist beach as a young child.
Oh, I've been
Body's
to
a
one of those. That
body.
wasn't cool.
That is
You
well,
need
Oh,
to learn. You can look for a certain amount of time, but you really just need to mind your own business.
mm.
But at a con, you want to be seen. That's
Yeah.
where I mean, she went all out. The makeup, the costume,
Yeah, she did that hair, all
she
that.
did it. She did all of it.
all of it.
But
Girl,
back about that
so
nudist
proud of
beach.
you. So proud of you.
If you are under the age of 40, do not go to a nudist beach. It's not what you think.
It is nowhere near
You're
what you
gonna
think it
wish you
is.
didn't see nothing. All right, just want to let you. Now, granted, when I lived in Germany, it was a little different because you had every
Uh,
age. That,
It
that
ain't.
and so some was nice to see, but
really?
most of it was not. Huh?
The one that I went to in New York had every age.
When I went to
And I
New
don't
York,
want to see that.
I don't.
So
Okay.
This is why it falls into that
I'm really
category,
sorry that you're not comfortable with the human body.
Anna. This falls into the
yeah, I'm really
category of
sorry too, because
what you
it's
are comfortable with.
some
What you
things I
are
just don't
No,
comfortable with.
want to see.
it's no.
Yeah.
I believe in modesty, and I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Well, I mean, when you go
You
to a
will.
nudist beach, it ain't about not modesty. It's everybody's literally wearing the same thing.
Think nothing. Yeah.
No,
Not
but I mean, you're
everybody.
literally all wearing the same thing. Like
Not
you're literally come
everybody.
as you are. It's the truest sense of come as you are. Except maybe you might have a hat.
Which by the way, never mind.
Well,
Which is
Nikki,
important because
people
you get the
had bathing suits
sunburn.
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Oh
that's what
my
I'm
gosh.
so concerned about is the sunburn on your damn head. Nikki, It's her body, her scars. If she's comfortable with it, let her show it off. Right.
We all take
We all
risks.
agree there.
We all. Mickey, I'm sorry, I
I'm
can't.
self-conscious about this belly I done grown. I'm trying to get rid of. But I still go to the grocery store and get me some cake.
Right.
I feel bad about it after I get my cake.
But you still eat
So
it.
then I have to
But
I
now
have
you
to
gotta
eat my
eat.
cake because I feel bad about it.
And then what'd you do? Go get another one. Oh, dang.
Then I look in the mirror and I feel bad about the cake.
And then
Which
you
then
have.
makes me want some more cake.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna
You have
say,
that. Oh,
You put
bro,
yourself in
you're
that
a bad
cycle on purpose.
psycho.
You Parker, he shouldn't have said